All right, guys, it's been a minute since my last video, probably a couple years. I had some issues with this motor. I had the telltale, what I thought came loose on the inside of the motor. We've had some other hoses come loose on the inside of this motor, and I've had to fix that and put some hose clamps on and re-secure things just to make sure that it doesn't fill up with water inside here. So the telltale hose actually cracked or split, and I also wanted to reroute the telltale. Right here, I wanted to reroute that from the normal telltale that squirts out over where my transducer is, which you can see down here, hopefully, right there, and which was causing some interference. So I wanted to reroute that telltale to either squirt, to the port side of the motor, not the starboard side, the port side. So what I ended up doing is a compromise. Ended up having it rerouted over to right out the middle. It squirts pretty much out the back now. All right, we got another little water leakage problem inside the case here. The actual telltale hose cracked. You can see that. And of course the telltale is working, but I noticed when I put the motor up that water was coming out near where the cables come in. I noticed water when I put the motor in a tilted position. The water would drain out. That was telling me there was water inside the casing, and which has happened before because the hose popped off on the other side. These hoses have to be clamped on really tight. The other thing is the telltale is so strong it creates a problem for my transducer here. And of course, recommended location for the transducers on the starboard side of the hull. And so I want to transition this or move this telltale to point it that way. So I'm going to try to configure something now that I'm going to replace this hose. I'm going to see if I can reroute the water output and build sort of a makeshift telltale on the other side of the motor. Sort of, in my opinion, a design flaw in a way for it to stream out on the right in the line with the transducer. Actually, it definitely creates quite a bit. When this thing's at full stream, it creates quite a bit of turbulence right here, which definitely affects the transducer and sort of false positive fish finding readings. So a lot of noise on the surface there. Of course, again, recommended by most manufacturers to mount it on the starboard side of the boat, especially for right spinning props. We're gonna see what we can come up with. All right, so I was able to reroute the telltale nozzle, as you see here. It normally is right here, but I rerouted it to underneath that, and I was able to drill a hole in that plastic piece. And so let me show you what that looks like on the inside. So the nozzle has some little clips, obviously the retainer clips that go on the outside of that, and you can barely see it because it's not focusing, but they go on the outside. And so I ended up drilling that hole. It's a 3/8 inch hole, and that looks like this. This is the 3/8 inch bit that I used. And I ended up using also a little bevel drill bit or bit there, and I was able to bevel that out just enough for the retainer clips on that nozzle to flare out a little bit just to hold it in place. So you're gonna have to, if you decide to do this mod, you're gonna have to play with it a little bit just to get it to work right. Also put the regular hose clamp on there that comes with these types of hoses. I ordered this hose. By the way, I was going to use a little high pressure hose I got from the the auto parts store, but I ended up not using that. I ended up using one of the original hoses that you can order to replace it. I also put some rubber here along with this cable tie, zip tie, because it rubs up against this oil pump, and just in case this gets warm or hot, I want to make sure that it doesn't burn through or cause an issue, rub against that hose. So I went ahead and put some protection there. Went ahead and had to shorten this up. The hose had to shorten it up quite a bit, maybe about an inch, and put, of course, the regular retainer clip on there as well as a zip tie on that as well. All right, so that's what it looks like. And once I put this back together, I'll show you what it looks like in action in terms of where it squirts. It squirts straight out the back. Also used to plug this hole that was where the telltale was. I used one of those like a car bumper clip that you can get up the whole kit off of Amazon. Let's see, this is just basically car bumper retainer clips, and I ended up using this one, I believe it was. Yeah, and stuck that in there. I ended up cutting off just a couple corners on it just to fit it in that hole, and to adapt it a little bit and make it work. As you can see, I had to cut that a little bit on the inside there so it would fit inside there. But other than that, it's perfect. So I'll show you what that looks like in action. All right, here we go. That's the telltale. Everything's working and plugged in. Kind of, again, I had to cut this a little short. Got it routed up here. I've got it zip tied up also to sort of keep it off of that oil pump. I've got a couple zip ties there to hold that up and attached to this exhaust tube. And it's coming straight out the back now. Again, it's such a strong, oh, you can hardly see that. Sorry, it wasn't focused. Yeah, such a strong stream. It absolutely needs to be rerouted, because again, it's coming straight down here, right where my transducer was, and causing turbulence and giving some weird readings on the transducer. So rerouted that, and it's pretty much straight down the middle. It's off to the port side just a little bit, but that's where we want. And yeah, it's going to be perfect.